We're doing MLB player props here on PrizePicks for Saturday, June 10th. Before I get started, link in the description, PrizePicks, promo code, 100% deposit match, or you can use TUFF. Discord link, main server completely free in the description, as well as Patreon link, where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks for each given sport that I do play. Again, this is not gambling advice. I'm not a gambling expert. This is just plays I'm personally looking at making. Hopefully, give you guys some insight and analysis to then make your own player prop decisions. Again, no one's pressing submit on those parlays other than yourselves. We had a rough day yesterday with those two NBA plays. Michael Porter, he's got 14 PR with like in the third quarter with like literally like probably like 18 minutes left in the game, and then he doesn't play any more minutes. Pretty insane. And then Jimmy Butler, he played pretty well. I think he hooked us, but he literally had like a 6 minute period to start the third quarter where he had no fantasy points. So I don't know. I think that loss is similarly kind of on Jimmy. He just has not been getting the blocks and steals. But nonetheless, regardless, we move on. We move on to the next day, you guys. That's how sports betting works. I got two players here that I'm targeting. Some of these MLB games start very, very soon, so keep that in mind. But let's get into it. So the first one I like is Kadai Senga. I like his over 5.5 strikeouts. We saw this line actually was at 6, bumped to 5.5, which is why I'm taking it here. We take a look at Kadai Senga this season on the road. He's hit this in 4 of 5 road starts. And then just the hit rate, if we take a look at outlier, I mean, on the season, this has a 70% hit rate over his last 10 games, over his last 5. Like I said, he's gone over this in 4 of his last 5. Twice at home, had 12 strikeouts and 9 strikeouts. 12 strikeouts against Tampa Bay was just an elite start here for Kadai Senga. We take a look at this potential lineup that the Pirates are going to be putting out here. As a whole, a 22% K rate against righties. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in this lineup with a strikeout percentage over 20% here. But just we take a look at the splits leaderboard here. The Pittsburgh right here on the season to first right-handers, 23.5% K rate since May 10th. So over the last 30 days, at 23.5% K rate, which is the most in baseball. Now, this is a home game for Pittsburgh, but I just wanted to talk about like Pittsburgh on the road over this time span has a 30.2% K rate on the road. Now, they're playing at home, so obviously this doesn't matter. But I just wanted to show you guys this to imply that like Pittsburgh can strike out against righties, especially a pitcher like Kadai Senga who has swing and miss stuff. I mean, we take a look at Kadai here. His whiff percentage is over his versus all. He's looking at a 28.5% whiff percentage, 12.3 swing strike percentage. He's just an elite pitcher that has swing and miss stuff. Across the board, we take a look at some Kadai Senga props. Again, there's a link at the top of the description for a 7-day free trial and outlier. But he's at minus 128 on FanDuel, minus 145 on DraftKings, and minus 139 on, I believe this is Caesars, to go over 5.5 strikeouts here. And like I said, the hit rate extremely high, 72% hit rate this season. Look at all the green. He's only missed this in 3 starts this season. And 2 of those starts actually came at home. So he's actually been somewhat of a better pitcher, in my opinion, on the road. And the Mets have kind of been staggering his starts, so he gets a full day's rest here, full amount of rest for these starts. He's kind of been their most consistent pitcher this season, in my opinion. But at 5.5, I think it's just too much value because we've seen Kadai Senga's line be even as high as 7 strikeouts earlier this season. So at 5.5, I think he's good for probably at least 5 innings tonight, and I'm taking the over on this one. The second one is going to be a hits, runs, plus RBIs, and this may be an error, but it's still on PrizePicks, you guys, and I'm taking the less on Seth Brown. Now, I don't know why, because, I mean, all the stats tell me this is an error, because at 2.5 hits, runs, plus RBIs, I mean, just take a look at this. So hits, runs, plus RBIs category, like, we're seeing some pretty decent hitters, right? I mean, Luis Robert, I mean, they're not going to put super elite hitters on this at HRR here, but like JD Martinez 1.5, Kyle Schwarber 1.5, JT Realmuto 1.5, Will Smith 1.5, Kana, Starling Marte. I mean, we're seeing guys here that have a 1.5. Seth Brown for some reason is at 2.5. We look at the hit rate. I don't know why he's at 2.5 on the books. He's at minus 130 to go under on DraftKings, but this has a 80% hit rate going under this season over his last 20 games. Right, in 2023, this has an 80% hit rate. This is a dude that is batting 193. Right, like I just don't. This doesn't make sense, and this is still on PrizePicks. Now, he is facing. We take a look at this matchup. He's facing Julio Teheran, who has had a pretty good year, 1-2 with a 1.56 ERA. And it doesn't look like Seth Brown is going to be in the starting lineup, so I don't know what's going on with this. This is again the expected lineup here. So I'm not sure. Let's see what Plate IQ has for this. I just actually saw that. So Plate IQ, see PrizePicks, they do this. They put these players on the board, and it doesn't Seth Brown. Oh, see, I mean, they got him slotted in the starting lineup, so I'm gonna assume he's playing. I don't know why he wouldn't be in the starting lineup, right, for this game, but I mean, he's on Prize Picks, so if he's a DMP, he's a DMP. I do apologize. I'll probably give an additional play here just because the potential DMP here. But Seth Brown under 2.5 hits, runs plus RBIs doesn't make any sense here. We see here he's literally only hit this in 5 games this season, like literally 5 games, and he's facing a right-hander who I guess he hits a little bit better against righties. But I mean, even if we take a look at his splits, he's batting 171 over his last 15 days. Doesn't really make sense here. Julio Teheran is a pretty decent pitcher. I'm fading Seth Brown here. Oakland is a horrible lineup across the board, so it should help us even just for him getting those RBIs or scoring runs here. And there's no way I see him getting 3 hits tonight, a player batting 193. So I'm fading this. I'm going to give a third play here. These are the 2 plays here for the YouTube video, but in case Seth Brown is, for some reason, a DNP, because if he doesn't start, he is considered a DNP, I'm going to go Kyle Freeland. I'm gonna go I'm gonna go more 1.5 walks allowed here. I'm gonna have to pull up the stats for this, but just as a whole, right? Just as a whole, the San Diego Padres 3rd highest walk rate in baseball at 10.8%. They got a ton of dudes in that lineup that do walk quite a bit, I believe. We take a look at this matchup. San Diego batters. Yeah, I mean, we got some guys here. 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in this lineup with a walk rate over 8%. But I take a look. Let's just see. Left-handed. Kyle Freeland is a left-hander. And again, we do these videos live for you guys. Please drop a like. Oh, it's not gonna pop up. Padres. I mean, we can see here. Gomber just had two walks versus San Diego. Smiley had 3. Has a pretty decent hit rate, right? But I just think San Diego, they do walk a ton. Like, they walk a ton versus lefties. Let's see if it changes. So their 3rd highest walk rate in baseball. Against lefties, that goes down to 17th highest walk rate in baseball. But nonetheless, at 1.5, I think it presents some decent value here. He's gone over this in 2 of his last 3 starts. I'm gonna take this. This is just the additional play here. So, but again, nonetheless, these 2 plays. I wanted to share the Freeland play, but these 2 plays here for this YouTube video. Let me know in the comments below how you guys feel about these 2. Please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and as always, let's cash.